You know, when I first read this comment, I just kind of scratched my head and wondered, and I guess I realized some people just have no concept of what it's like to live with an alcoholic. And this isn't just about something that happens once in a while. This is about living with it for years. And this is really in reference to a video that I made with well, a series of videos I made with my son. And it was really his attitude towards his mother, independently of anything, of myself. And we're really talking about the last month that she was in the hospital, and he was in college, and there was really no reason for him to come down to see his mother. I mean, she had been, essentially in a coma. I mean, she had so many medications, she was not cognitive, and he really, was kind of glad he didn't go see her because he didn't want to remember her that way. And there was really no point. There was no point in pulling him out of college to go see his mother die. And it's just not only that, it's that we had been through this so many times. She had been to hospitals at least, I'd say, in the neighborhood of a dozen times the last 5 years of her life for just a plethora of reasons, some of which was just to get some attention. And I think he felt that. And unfortunately, unless you have a concept of what it's like to live with an alcoholic, these kind of remarks are just absolutely, they're just silliness, really. So it goes like this. How could he not see his mother? That's so sad. She loved him and helped raise him as a mother with all my imperfections. I can't imagine my child not talking to me. Please don't make excuses. Wow. Nobody's making excuses. This is talking about self-preservation as a spouse and as a son. There's only so much you can handle. I mean, we're talking about somebody who literally went from hospitals to rehabs to jail to being arrested to emergency room to psych wards to house arrest. I mean, continuously, day after day, month after month, and the only reason why we put up with it is because she was gone a lot of the times, either incarcerated or in hospitals. I'm not trying to beat my spouse up who's no longer here, but we're talking about how you react to it as a child and as a spouse. And unless you've been in this situation, we're not talking about a few imperfections like you so eloquently put it. And I'm not here to beat you up, but I think a lot of people just literally have no concept of the stress and anguish and insanity and absolute madness that alcoholics put themselves through and put their families through. And really, the only reason why I bother to answer this particular question, I mean, I get things like this all the time. It's really because I think a lot of people relate to the stories that I tell. A lot of families go through it, and just the judgment that you have to get from people. I mean, you're just simply telling stories and your experiences, and just the crushing judgment that you have to get just by telling your stories. It's just out of hand. It's just out of hand. And I know other families and alcoholics go through it because the way people perceive this disease, there's a lot of education that needs to take place. It's not as simple or as black and white as so many people would like to think. It's a very complicated issue. It is a mental health issue, often by trauma, often by hereditary issues, often by peer pressure, often by situational problems. Could be personality problems, and there could be, two things going on. There's no two that are exactly the same, but certainly, the society really doesn't understand this disease, and it's certainly, I would not characterize it as imperfections when it's literally a road to madness. And again, I go live Monday through Friday right around 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We also have the Facebook group called There's an Alcoholic in the Family, very good support group. And again, when you're ready to work with me one-on-one, click on the link above, go to the Calendly link in the link tree, set up a Zoom call. It takes about 45 minutes to an hour, do a deep dive into what's going on with you and your family. And again, thanks for listening.